Hey everyone, how's it going? This is a general message for whoever it resonates for. I chose a card, which was the Two of Cups that came out to represent you. So if this card that I start speaking about sounds like you, or you resonate with it and you want to stick around for your message, then that's wonderful. This is a general message, so this could speak to many of you. So yeah, let's just start and see what comes up. All right, so you are being represented by the Two of Cups. I feel that you are a very optimistic person, more or less. I feel like you are very helpful, a very kind, a very compromising person. I feel like you are the type to see different aspects of other people and situations. I don't think that you take things at face value. I think you like to dig a little deeper when it comes to people and situations. I feel like you are somebody that people feel very comfortable around. They feel drawn to. You make people feel accepted and like they could be your friend, even if you don't know them. I feel like you're the type of person when you meet somebody, they feel better for being in your presence, or just the impact that you leave on them is very notable and memorable for them. And I feel like also, if you are watching this, I feel like just based on the card here, the vibes that I'm getting is that you are somebody who could dress very well, or somebody who takes pleasure in certain textures or fabrics. I feel like there is just this aspect of beauty in this card, and so I feel like the person who is watching this, person that this message could be for, is somebody who values that. And somebody who also sees the beauty inside and out of other people, but you also probably speak on that. I feel that you are also somebody who speaks the beauty and the value into other people, and you help build them up. You make people feel very healed, and I think that that's very beautiful. Also, you see here this person that they're with is an angel. So I feel, yeah, I really do get those vibes from you as a person. I feel like you are somebody who people wish for. And I'm also getting, and we'll get into the message, but I'm also getting like here that, as you can see, there's kind of, it looks like I don't know if it's showing up here, but there is like barren kind of like trees that haven't grown back yet. And then here they're holding flowers that are grown. So, and then they're kind of in the forefront of this. So I feel like you are somebody who really focuses on the positive, and you know, try very hard to stay focused on that and not to focus on kind of what has passed. But I do feel like whoever is watching this, you are on a new journey, so to speak. You are past the point of kind of the uncertainty and like the vulnerableness of starting a new journey, where you're kind of like the harder feelings might show up. I feel like now you are in a place of your life of kind of like you're past that now. You have gone through a lot of that darkness, that vulnerability, and now you're in this like lighter stage of your new journey. But I do feel like you are still on a new journey. Like it's just beginning for you, whatever that might be. And I feel like that's what this message is coming through for, is maybe to help give some clarity or some guidance to you on this journey. You could like, and I'll get into the message, but some of you could be just getting to know somebody for the first time, and you are, you know, past kind of the uncertainty stages with each other, and now you're moving into more of like an understanding with this person, a balance. You feel like this person could be really good for you type of feeling. This could also be somebody who has gone through a lot of healing, who's gone through a lot of really like a lot of hardship, and now you're in this like new part of your journey where you're feeling more aligned with yourself, with who you are, with what you value. Like you're no longer doing things that you used to do in the past to cope with the emotions that might have come up for you. So there's different scenarios of things like that that I'm picking up for this card, but we'll get into the message. But so if any of that resonated for you, this is your message. So I do want to start off with saying, when the message is coming through, I do want to address different types of messages with this reading for multiple of you who are watching. But so what I'm getting right away is that if this does have to do with like you are on a new journey in regards to somebody that you are dating, you know, it's kind of in the very early stages. I feel like some of you could live at a distance from this person. There's lots of like very intense feelings between the two of you. I feel like you both put in the work for one another, and you show that between the two of you. And I feel like the both of you have gone through a lot of hardship in your life when it comes to people in the past not putting in the time and the effort for the both of you. I feel like, yeah, I feel like that this is something that you both have you both are someone the other has wished for. And I feel like maybe you couldn't be with one another fast enough is kind of like what I'm getting that feeling. I feel like it's a very, you could have even known this person in a past life. You find each other in every lifetime. I think is very beautiful. But this is also somebody that wants to go through life with you. And you could also see yourself going through the different seasons in life with this person. But this is somebody, especially when you see the death card here with her, I think that, I don't know what that's called, but sheath maybe? And then you see the crops in the background as well. I feel like, you know, you are each other's reward for all the hard work and all the time and energy you've put into yourselves to grow and to heal. You are each other's reward, and I think that's really beautiful. And I feel with this message here is that time is an aspect here. And I know obviously you can't rush things, but things will, and I don't like to always say like, oh, you know what, there's like a time for everything and, you know, things like that. But I just feel like if things aren't moving fast enough, that's okay. Like, I feel like this is actually very good for the two of you. It's like a slow burn. But not in the slow burn as like, because the passion and the intensity is there. It's just a slow burn in the aspects of coming together, the two of you coming together, like to be either like living together or being closer together. But I do feel like there's some sort of like long distance aspect there. I'm getting something else. This could also be somebody who you have reunited with as well. This could be somebody who you had a history with and you've gone through a lot with, or, you know, you just have history with on some regard. And there's a new, especially with, we're talking about a new journey, there's like a new energy coming around again between the two of you. And I feel like there's lots of passionate feelings between the two of you, but there is a distance between the two of you as well, whether that's energetically or emotionally. But I do feel that there is like an emotional understanding between the two of you, and you both, despite what you have said to one another or how much, you know, you have, like wherever you are in the journey with each other, there is an understanding and there is a reciprocity. Each person is willing to put in the work. And yes, but I do feel like, yeah, there's some time. There's like, I keep getting time. Like there is a time aspect of this relationship. Like taking your time, maybe because you have history in the past. Like maybe now you're doing it, but you want to do it right, type of thing. Yeah, it's very beautiful though. I'm still getting that energy here. All right. Okay, and also what we got is the Eight of Swords here, along with this. So yeah, whether you're in a romantic relationship or not, because you are like on this new journey, I do feel like because of some things, harder things maybe you have gone through in the past with others, and this is significant, so whatever that means to you, but I do see that there's a tendency to kind of guard yourself from others, and even those that you can feel want to help you, or just others who want to be your friend, or you know, if it's a love interest, you know, someone who you know is really good for you, but there is a wall. And it's not because you don't want them to get close to you. I think that because this is a new journey, it's really just about you taking things slow, so that way you can feel safe enough to open up, because things have gone so wrong in the past. But whoever this person is for you, like I'm getting more of a romantic aspect of this reading. But whoever this person is for you, they are good for you. They're good for you. And so try to put down that guard just a little bit. Because, you know, the card that we got originally is the Two of Cups. And this is generally somebody who is good for your well-being. Whether, and that could, even if this is not a person and this is like a career or a job or whatever it is, or a friend, new friend, this is typically somebody who is going to be good for your well-being. Or a situation that's going to be good for your well-being. And that was the card we started with to represent you. So, yes, I do feel like you could be focusing, which is natural, but focusing a little bit too much on the past and your past situations. And I think it could be keeping you at a distance, metaphorical distance even, from this person who you do feel such a strong attraction to, who you do care about or love, or whatever the situation might be. Same thing for friends. If this is just friendship, it's, you know, just those walls that are up that are keeping, you know, a new friend that could be just a cool person, like could really genuinely care about you. But yeah. All right. Now let's get some advice for you. All right. So the card that came out for you as advice to see like how to proceed is Let Go. And it says, as you surrender the need to control, your relaxed energy rapidly attracts your desires. Which just feels like a confirmation from what I was talking about before. There's also this beautiful robin, and robins are such, like, when I see them, I just think that they're such a beautiful example of just like love and teamwork and support. But it goes back to what I was saying of, you know, there is something, especially with this Eight of Swords here and death, that you're needing to let go of, something you're needing to reflect on and maybe journal about, something to heal. I think letting go is, you know, it's nice in theory, but obviously it's a lot harder for us, especially after, you know, here it says, as you surrender the need to control. So for those of us who hold on to control as a safety mechanism, as a coping mechanism, you know, control might make us feel safe, even though control is an illusion. Regardless, like, it makes us feel safe. And so letting go is like not always the best advice to give to those of us who feel like that. So what I would advise for you is letting in. I would take action towards moving towards this person, being more vulnerable with this person, being more, you know, showing those sweet sides of you that were taken advantage of in the past to this person. Because I do feel like this person, from what I'm getting here, is, especially with this here, is good for your well-being, and they will reciprocate that energy. And with this here, they're willing to put in the time and the work. This was represented by the Three of Wands. And that is somebody who has put in a lot of time and effort and energy towards something that they really care about, something that they're really inspired by, and they're waiting for, they just put it all to faith, and they're like, you know what, they surrender, and they're like, hopefully it pays off. And so that is the type of energy that this person is. You know, they're willing to put in that work and to surrender to you. And so I do believe that it is safe to let your guard down, because this person, like, really, I think, especially here with that little robin, you know, this is a good person. This is somebody who is willing to support the both of you. All right. Now let's get the outcome. Also, I just got that if this is for also somebody who had the person who, you know, y'all are trying again, there might be some things from the past that happened that you need to let go of. And remember, that's a hard thing to kind of like do sometimes. So I feel like it's more about, again, the same message applies, is there might be some past woundings from this relationship, but the both of you are still willing to put in the work because you value that. And so I feel like that message here is just to let in, like letting them in, letting yourself be more vulnerable with them, trusting that their words are true, trusting in their actions. I feel like this person does put forth a lot of action towards you. And so, you know, that's important to remember, is that actions always tell a person. Watching someone's actions is their tell. That is how you can figure out who somebody is. It's very easy, like for example, it's very easy for someone to show up in such a great light, and then, you know, you go out to dinner and they're horrible to the waiter. That shows you that that person is probably not a good person despite the face that they put on. But I do believe that this person puts forth the actions to prove that to you. Whether that's by like words, you know, like words of affirmation, writing you things, doing, you know, acts of service, whatever those things are, especially with them with the wings here, I do feel like this person is trying to make amends if it is somebody from the past. All right, let's get that outcome for you. All right, and the outcome card is love, which is very beautiful. Yes, I do. The overall feeling that I get from this is a deeper understanding and love of yourself. I feel like this decision that you've made to either start this new journey with this new person, this love relationship with this person, or even accepting trying again and not going back, but like it's not really going back, because I feel like this is a very new, very fresh restart, if it is for some of those of you who have decided to start again with somebody. But I feel like this move was made out of love for yourself. I feel like you had put so much time and effort into healing and to understanding yourself before getting into this new relationship. And, you know, this being the outcome card, I feel like this is going to be a very expansive, a very reciprocal, a very loving, just a very beautiful relationship between the two of you. And of course, life is a journey, just like tarot. You know, it shows us there are lots of lessons to be learned. There are, you know, trials to go through. But I do believe with this person, they will be met with love. So even on the hardest arguments, or the, you know, the hard days, or, you know, whatever the case may be, I do feel like love will be the outcome of whatever that is. And so I believe that if you watched this video and you felt like this was for you, because maybe you just needed some clarity, or you were just curious, or maybe, you know, there is that hesitation a little bit, you know, or not hesitation, maybe is not the right word, but kind of that sense of reserve because of the past that you've been through. And so you're like, well, let me just see, you know, because I do understand those of us who have had hard pasts, it's kind of always there, because we're healing, you know, But I do believe that this is a very good relationship and a very good person for you, because they will help expand who you are as well. They're not going to keep you small. They're not going to make you feel like you can't be yourself, or you can't express yourself in certain ways. They're always going to want more for you. And so this is just very beautiful, and I'm very, very happy for you, because we all deserve that. And that's really the only thing anybody should ever accept, is somebody who is willing to put in the work, who's willing to show you through their actions, who's willing to support you and love you and to go through life with you as a partnership, as a union. Somebody who wants that as well. And I do believe you have found this person. I believe they've found you as well. This person is going to keep you safe. This person is going to keep you safe. Look at this. And all three cards here, how beautiful. You have the person here checking on them. They're in this armor. And you have the person all in white here. That's a very vulnerable, color usually. And then you have here the nest, this robin, that's a sense of sanctuary. That's, birds build nests for their little babies to keep them safe. And they work so hard on them. And then you have him or them here, or her, with these beautiful wings. An angel. And you see it's like behind her as well. It's like completely, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but just completely like holding her within that sense of safety. It's beautiful. So this person is just, I would say, just a very beautiful person. Somebody who is willing to let, and if this is somebody returning from the past, somebody who's willing to like start fresh with you because they really love you. And I think whatever the case may be from the past of why you separated, I do believe that you moving forward with this person is out of a sense of love for yourself. Maybe in the past there was lots of fear, but I think in the meantime of having that time to reflect, even though you might be a little afraid, you're still moving forward out of love for yourself, which I think is very beautiful because you're honoring that. And those of you who this is a very new journey, that really hard past you may have gone through, and maybe you are taking the time, things are a little slower to kind of develop, and it could be a safety mechanism for yourself, but it's okay. This person will respect that, and they'll meet you where you are. They're not going to push you any faster than you feel you can handle. So this is very beautiful. I'm very, very happy for you, and thank you for watching. Have a great evening.